Guys, this is our favorite segment. A reoccurring guest of ours. He's a friend of ours for a long time. I think he's becoming a friend of some of yours now. He is in a band called It Looks Like a Black Hole. It's all one word. It's all lowercase letters. Their album is Ghosts in Your Blood. Ladies and gentlemen, in your homes, please quietly applaud for our first-time reader named Todd. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that until I come up with something better. Oh, and he's reading. Oh God,
that's why we're being quiet.
Wait.
All right.
Dear Lord.
All right.
Okay.
Did you finish? Okay. Todd, yay!
I'm back.
I missed you, buddy. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
It's been so long.
It's been a while.
Don't.
Too long.
Too long, for sure. Too long. I just want to point out that the Way of Leaf is very concerned about noise pollution. So when we say clap quietly in your homes, we don't want you to bother anybody.
No.
But if you're in a situation where you can clap loudly, go for it. We're not restricting you. We just want you to be aware of your surroundings, not like some people I'm pointing to behind me. We'll get to that later.
Oh.
Todd. The jinx.
Todd.
Yes.
Todd.
Man, Brother Dave.
My man.
Brother
We're doing 2 chapters today. Are you? How you feeling?
I'm. So these 2 chapters, they're really short, but like so much happens, and it's so intense, and there's so much revealed, and so yeah, I'm feeling super pumped still, and I'm excited, and also still frightened and just on the edge of my seat for Tam, man, because like.
Well, let's take this like one chapter at a time. So we have Rand taking Tam into the village. Tam starts muttering some kind of fever dream. Have you ever been so sick that you were like starting to mutter stuff?
Ever. Yeah, I've heard about it. Fever dreams are crazy.
So yeah, he does say a few kind of crazy things there.
Yeah, some very, very intriguing stuff. Revealing and just kind of teasing, his past. I'm just totally drawn in. And the way that Robert Jordan's is telling it, I guess that third person kind of, it's the histories are told through, the character speaking, it's like, I love it. It's awesome.
But then we add the layer of a fever dream.
Yes. Which,
how we're already dealing with unreliable kind of narrator issues. And then we have a fever dream. So how much weight can we put into any of this?
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't know what to think. Are these hallucinations? Are they? Yeah.
Well, let's go down. Let's go down like a little logical thought process here. Imagine it's just literal word for word true. If you take it as face value, what can you extrapolate from that? What are you thinking is happening? If you listen to everything Tam says, what are we dealing with here?
Tam was definitely in a war or a warrior or a sword fighter and in battle with Trollocs, and he was definitely in a more affluent city, one of the bigger cities, not the Two Rivers, no like, bucolic backwoods place. He was like, living large in what is it, Tarvalon?
Mm-hmm.
So he has like a very adventurous and storied past, I think. Right. If we take it all for face value.
Right. Do you have anything else that you want to mention about Tam during this little trip to the village?
Well, here we got a question. Dana Lou asks, How did Rand know that the Mirrodral was coming back a second time on the road?
Oh, right.
Right.
That scene is so, it's so intense.
It is.
He stares at it and he's like, I can't lose sight of it. And he thinks he's just so focused and so like in the moment. And he enters like some survivalist, like warrior mode. And like, he's looking down the path and then he sees it coming back, I guess.
Well, and the line is actually a pretty cool line. It starts the paragraph. This time the horse made no sound at all.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. No hoof sounds. His cloak isn't blowing. The trees are all blowing. Like the imagery is amazing.
Well, the first time it had the horse with like a bunch of, like, he counted at least 20 Trollocs, being pretty disciplined, marching as if they were one. Clomp, 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 clomp. I don't generally think of Trollocs like in my head. I just think of them being kind of animalistic and kind of wild. But they're marching down this road like they're the finest soldiers in the land. It's kind of impressive.
And then right? Is that?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
So.
Start over.
The Mirrodral comes back the second time by itself without the Trollocs.
Correct. Yeah.
And there's one scene in it that really makes me think that Rand has something. And it's when I think he passes like right by him and he like looks his way, but he still doesn't see him. So when I read that, I was like, well, okay, so Rand has like some cloaking device, some like inner like cloaking device or something. I don't know. That was like pretty. That's a heavy like scene, I think.
I was certain they're gonna get caught.
Yeah,
and he did even feel the hatred again.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's intense. He feels the hatred, and he's like, I know this entity hates all and despises like all. It's like so heavy.
And then it suddenly takes off, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bolts. Yeah.
Well, then doesn't it go back and then it comes back like racing by him?
Yeah, and heading towards, where was it heading towards?
Towards the farm. The farm, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And which is what Narg said. Others come back. You talk Mirrodral. They were all scheduled, I think, to all hit the farm, and they just figured that they would have these.
So the Mirrodral got the signal, and he's like, "Oh, gotta go."
Right. So what kind of Mirrodral can't be the best boss? So he shows up. He's riding his crazy mystery horse, and shows up, and there's just dead people, and he's gonna take this out on his minions, right?
Oh yeah, he's like, Trollocs, man. He's like, which one was it? Was it Narg?
Yeah, everyone blamed Narg. He's dead. Yeah, it was totally Narg. Gosh, yeah, stupid Narg. He said he was smart. He was stupid, right? Right, everyone, right? Oh.
Anyways, yeah.
All right, so back to Tam's fever dream. We got a question in the chat. Goes like this. And this is from Dana Lou. Dana Lou, who does Tam mean, or what does Tam mean when he says they came over the dragon wall?
Yes, I wrote that down in my notes. I can't wait to find out. I don't know what the dragon wall is. I mean,
I know notes. I
assume it's a part of some city that he was in, or like protecting, or there's a battle. And then he mentioned something about the shining walls. I have no idea what that is. And I just assumed that it was part of some city he was protecting, or he was a fighter with like some, soldiers from a city with the dragon wall. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And Trollocs came over the dragon wall. And then he brings up the thing about Laman's sin. With the Avenders or the Avendesora. Avendesora. Apparently that's a tree of life, apparently, or something. And that's really interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't wait to find out what it is.
Right. And to keep with your point, so you mentioned this tree of life. According to Rand, there was only one of these, and it belonged to the Green Man.
Green Man, like I love it.
So, what are your thoughts of that?
I mean, he's like some eco warrior that protects like all living.
I am Green
plants. Man. Or, I mean, going back, I mean, it might be like a homage to the Ents of Lord of the Rings. That's what I was picturing.
Oh,
like Green Man is like some entity like that. Maybe that's Robert Jordan's like kind of tip of the hat to that. So I don't know.
That's really cool.
So let me ask one more thing.
Find out what the Green Man is.
To continue this point, in the next paragraph, he said, next he might actually meet the Green Man or an Ogier giant or a wild black-veiled Aiel man. We've heard the term black-veiled Aiel man.
Yes.
And it was kind of a slur in the two, at least in
that was a needle scratching moment where it was like,
all right. Oh no.
He said what?
Oh, he's mad. Yeah. He's just mad. He's just mad. He's just mad.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come on.
No, he didn't mean it.
He didn't mean it. Yeah.
But yeah, so now we hear it again, and it's and
that, it's all these things, all these stories that he's heard are coming true. So I guess he's going to meet all these on his adventure. It's all going to come out of him. All this. It's so awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. Anything else? Any other questions about this chapter, Ryan? Before
we get the chats are filling up.
Oh gosh.
All right. So we got more questions about Tam's fever dream. One question is, what do you think might be true, or what do you think is true?
Definitely the. Shoot. You know, he's talking to somebody about how they underestimated the foe or who they're fighting. And he seems really upset. He's like, those fools, they thought they could just win, you know, like, and
nice.
I think that's probably true because he seems like really upset about that. It's like he tried to talk him out of it. Like, no, you have to be, you know, throw everything you got at him. Yeah, I don't know. I think that part's true. And then, of course, I mean, it goes on to, he's talking to, I guess he's imagining that he's talking to Kari, his wife. And I suppose that's real. There's parts of that. I think that's real. And of course, that brings up the whole thing about, I mean, this is the huge thing that's dropped in this chapter is he finds this baby. Like, it's like after a battle, and it's so intense. And there's like this dying woman, or she already died but gave birth and left this child. So I don't know. I'm assuming that's real.
But Rand doesn't seem to.
Yeah,
he's struggling with that.
Yeah, he's struggling with that. He's like, no, he's my dad. Like, it's so heavy.
Right. For real.
I mean,
and also, Dana Lou asks, what did you think about Tam's ramblings about the field of Marath carpeted with dead and the topless towers of Carhian burning.
Just so just wanting to know like what that is. You know,
did you look at the map at all?
You know what? I didn't. I was going to look at that. I was going to look at that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to look up all these. I got to look up Dragon Wall. I got to look up Shining Walls. But I think they're just places that Tam has been. And he was a part of battles there. And there were really important sites. And I can't wait to learn more about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got a question.
Sure.
I asked this to Dan earlier. Do you think Tam was being truthful when he said he'd never seen a Trolloc before?
That was really interesting. I think he has, and he was just kind of saying, I guess he was kind of protecting him. I just didn't want to go there. And yeah, he lied to him, I guess.
They were, in my opinion, they were prey at that moment. They were sneaking. He's like, those are Trollocs, boys. I've never seen one, but I've talked to people that have. Why would he throw in a lie when they're all scared and quiet? Like, to me, that it seems like if you're going to be truthful at all, it's right then when you're like, all right, this is everything I know. If we're going to stay alive, this is everything I know. I don't know why he would just throw in that weird little lie.
That is, that's unusual to do that at that point in time, for sure.
So that's my only contention. But it does seem like he does react with such ninja skills, and he knows right away the Trollocs and how to handle them. So whether he's seen them or not, I tend to think that he wasn't lying right then. But I think he is a liar.
But I mean, for him to, but I'm going to challenge
for the best
to be
intention.
Honest. I'm sorry. For him to be honest, he'd have to spill the beans about so many things. Like, how would he justify having seen a Trolloc? Rand doesn't know anything. Rand doesn't know that he's been, Rand doesn't think anyone in the Two Rivers has seen warfare. And all of a sudden in this guy's fever dream, he is vividly detailing certain things. So, it's like, why would he say, I know what these are? Because he'd have to explain a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
He's still protecting him. I think it's just it's just his fatherly thing going on, and he just wants to protect him, and he knows maybe like what he is. I don't know.
So in the chat, I just want to point out we do have a noted dark friend. So a one Petra.
Bring it.
We have a dark friend, and I do want to point out that of all the bad guy names, Dark Friend is one of the weakest you could actually come up with. I actually, if the show changes that name, I think it might benefit because Dark Friend sounds so meh.
I wouldn't mind being in a band.
You like that?
I wouldn't mind being in a band called Dark Friend because it's dark. It's dark, but you're a friend.
Totally.
Also, if it was like Dark Mean Dude, then you're like, I don't want to be a part of the Dark Mean Dude or Big Bullies, the Big Bullies, but just Dark Friends.
It's a very cool band name.
And like
it'd be like a dark wave band too, like dark wave punk band,
a dark wave twee pop band.
Twee, yes.
Just staring at your shoes, just rocking, staring at your shoes.
No, and it kind of goes to this one discussion I've been having in my mind about how much do I want this show when it comes out to be like grim and dark and I mean, a la, I don't want to just keep saying Game of Thrones, but do we want it to be as kind of graphic and realistic in a way as Game of Thrones is? I personally do. What do you
think it will be. I think it will be, and it'll be even more, I think. I think it'll be like even more intense and more graphic because Robert Jordan, I mean, his writing is so cinematic. Like they got an easy task before him in my mind. It's like he just lays out the storyboard like with his writing, and the imagery is like, I think it's going to be intense, more gritty, more bloody.
Interesting. I mean, we're dealing with a series that does not curse. They use terms like blood and bloody ashes, or burn me, or things like that. And there is no real. I mean, spoiler wise, just there's no real like graphic sex at all going on. So that, which is different than what Game of Thrones offers. Game of Thrones is quite the opposite, and so the show was more gritty. Right. I can't see this being more than PG-13, and maybe only for violence, but I don't really see them. I mean, there's allusions to certain sexual situations, but they don't show them on screen necessarily in the book. And I'd be surprised if they show them on screen in the show.
Oh man, you just spoiled it for me, Dan.
Well, I mean, so someone who looks like me does the dance of the yellow tie and goes na, 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 na,
yeah.
So that's sex and
I think
sex
though,
and that.
All right,
I look forward to that.
We're getting feedback. We're gonna cut all this out of the show. That we're giving a lot of stuff away. Todd is playing it off. We got to be very careful about spoilers. And Todd's being the trooper. But yeah, so guys in the chat, thanks a lot. This is our first time, and we're just trying to be entertaining and also keep it going. And we're going to be more mindful. Thank you. All right.
I didn't hear a thing. Nope.
I'm shameful puppet.
No, actually, no, it's controversial. We might not have been giving that much away. Who knows? It's back and forth. We'll be mindful though. We are being mindful. This is fun. I'm looking for questions. So I feel like we've done. We're kind of moving through.
Yeah. Let's go to the next chapter. Let's go to chapter 7, Out of the Woods.
Okay, no, but real quickly, one person wants us to really hone in on the moment on the baby, Todd.
Oh yes, I mentioned it a little bit. I know I kind of like went into it and I kind of like just fell off a cliff with it. I think, but like, I think it's the huge reveal so far of the book. It's one of the major reveals of the book. To say that, Tam is not Rand's father, and then he found him post-battle with his mom dead from like some battle wound, apparently. And Rand, I guess, or the baby is almost dead. Like it's blue because it's cold,
yeah.
And something about the blanket blowing away or something. I don't know. It's so major, and I can't wait to see if it's true.
Let me ask you a question. Did you pick up on that before Rand reacted and said, "But he's my father"? Did you pick up on what Tam was saying?
Oh yeah, as soon as he mentions hearing a baby cry or cries of a baby, he's like,
"Oh, nice."
It's just like as soon as I hear that, I'm like, it's Rand. Like, I love it. It's so awesome.
Can we confirm real quick, and this can actually go out to the chat? Do we actually see a dead mom? Not to be grim.
It's something.
Yeah.
Do we actually see it, or does he assume that that's what happened?
No. It's in the dream.
Yeah, Rand. I mean, Tam says that the women battle alongside the men.
See,
with this city, and she was apparently, I think, like bloodied and like, I can't remember the details. I'm going to go back to that and read that again for sure.
All right. So here. Can I share this with you right now?
Please do.
Battles are always hot, even in the snow. Sweat heat, blood heat. Only death is cool. Slope of the mountains. Only place didn't stink of death. Had to get away from smell of it, sight of it. Heard a baby cry. Their women fight along the men sometimes, but why they let her come, I don't. Gave birth there alone before she died of her wounds, covering the child with her cloak, but the wind blown the cloak away. Child blew with the cold.
Yeah.
Should have been dead too, crying there, crying in the snow. I couldn't just leave a child. No children of our own. Always knew you wanted children. I knew you'd take it to heart, Kari. Yes, lass, Rand is a good name. A good name.
Heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there is a body, and it was covered in her cloak until a wind blew it away.
What do you think?
How does he know the wind blew it away? Like what?
Well,
or he probably sees it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
yeah, that's a good question though. Yeah.
It is like there's parts of it that are true. I don't know.
Okay, so any other questions, Ryan, before we go to chapter 7?
Nope. I think but I think these kind of, if anybody has any questions for chapter 7 in the chat, just slap them on there right now. If anybody has any questions, just kind of about our lives.
Anything.
How we feel about, no politics though. No politics.
Unless it's the election of Edmondsfield that's coming up, then we can probably talk about that a little bit.
Yes.
But chapter 7, oh gosh, it's local politics. I don't know, we get so tied up in federal stuff. It's the local politics that matters. It's your mayor, it's your comptroller, it's your
that's right.
Your head of sanitation.
Your head of sanitation.
Your thatch hut workers.
The thatch union is strong in the Two Rivers. It's a union of one.
It's union.
So chapter 7, Out of the Woods, is when they get into the village and they see that the village has been just equally tore up. So what are your thoughts as you read about Rand entering the village?
Well, first of all, I'm so saddened just to see Two Rivers just in ruins. It's like half the village, I guess, is charred, and this, I mean, Beltane's not happening. I take it, which is also sad, and
right.
Yeah, it's painful, and he was so hopeful. He has his dying dad, but he's pulling on this like makeshift, thing he devised that's he's dragging his dad into the village, and it's just burnt. All hope is lost for him.
Oh.
Right. It's called a litter, but it's pretty much just a one-man stretcher.
A litter.
Yeah.
That's stretcher. That's the word I was looking for. I totally blanked.
And while he's getting closer, he starts smelling what he thought was just chimney smoke, and he got a little hopeful, and his little pep in his step, and he's like, "Oh, we're getting there! We're getting there!"
Come on, Dad, we're almost there. Come on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It smells like burning Trolloc around here.
Yeah.
I know that smell anyway.
Let's wait. Todd, you're breaking up. Let's wait.
Poor Rand.
Hey, Todd, you broke up.
Can you hear me?
Todd, yeah, you broke up.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? Check. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
All right. No, everyone. Okay, yeah. Everyone in the chat's really feeling the loss of Beltane. We got some comments like no fireworks, no gleaming, no girls dancing on the poles.
No sheep shearing. No, the best at bowls,
No
which I'm
honey
not sure
cakes.
exactly what that is. No archery contest. No. No.
And Patton Fane, right? He's missing.
Patton Fane's gone. Yeah.
The peddler and his wagon is like left to the wheels, right, or something.
So yeah, here's my question: is so the wagon was burned up. Did he take the fireworks out, or did they? What for one brief moment during this crazy night was it just yeah, and then they all run back? Did the fireworks launch at all that night? Do you think, or were they stored somewhere before they were destroyed?
These questions,
fireworks,
so much more.
Is that confirmed that there are even fireworks at all?
Yeah, that's what he was bringing.
I know, but we never saw the fireworks. I mean, just pointing that out. Did we?
No, I guess we didn't. And I was thinking fireworks have got to be really, really expensive to have a peddler just wagging them all the way down. That real estate within that wagon is kind of precious. And if you're bringing all these fireworks and stuff, that's he's got to, there's a shipping cost and all that. That's quite the investment.
Super, super big investment. Yeah.
All right, go on. Sorry. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, all right. So he gets into the village. He sees Egwin and Nynaeve. Egwin is like, no. And Nynaeve looks at Tam and says, kind of tucks him in like a little baby to make him comfortable and says, Rand, there's nothing I can do to help.
Yes. So heartbreaking. I read that part and I was just like, no, the wisdom can't even do anything. Like,
and the details, right?
The naive.
When she has to.
Oh yeah.
The way she has to break it to him, and then when he runs up and it's like, what, he's dying, and there's a moment where she cracks and he can see the emotions, and then she has to resolve, move forward.
Right.
Well, and
wash your
go ahead.
Wash your hands.
Well, the line that got me is when he's like, but I got here as fast as I can. And she's like, I know you did, buddy. I know.
I know.
And then that stiff upper lip, and she's like, "Oh, other people to help, but come on, Egwin."
Yep. It's like I know I can help other people. I can't help him. I'm sorry.
Right. So she has a game face, but it seems like she's like, there is that like, that quivering lip kind of where she's like, "Not you too, Tam, but okay, I still need to help other people."
And
yes,
and the gravity of that moment. I want to take a second with this. Tam Outdoors, great, right? You just everything about him, the amount of reassurance he offers to Rand, because we know Rand's thoughts, we see it work. Tam talks, Rand listens. Tam tells him to do the flame and void. Rand's doing the flame and void. It's so much of a part of his life, and he seems to just be the most solid, amazing, hero man, and he is.
Yeah,
he's on death's door.
Yeah, like everybody in the village always comes to him. It seems, even the mayor, right?
Oh, right, yeah. and Rand walked for hours, not even on the road, dragging a litter through trees and stuff, hearing his dad just going, and just muttering this weird stuff, burning on fever, like not the convenient route, because there's scary people all along there. He's taking like, right. He's like in the, thank you. He's into the woods, and his whole thought is like, oh God, I just need to get to Nynaeve. And Nynaeve looks at him and goes, ooh. sorry, buddy, I can't help, and kind of walks away. And Rand's like, no. What can I do? And yeah, so
and then very interestingly, what does it think to do?
Well, he goes to the mayor.
The mayor.
Yeah, he goes to the mayor.
The mayor will know what to do.
Well, you go to the man in power. It's like, well, Nynaeve said I can't do anything. He's like, well, can I talk to your manager?
Totally. Where's the next wisdom up?
Yeah. He was like the Evansville little Karen. He's like, I don't accept your authority. I'm going to talk to someone. So yeah, he goes to his last resort, which is Branavir. Yeah. And we learn, and then we see Moiraine and Lan. And we do hear that there were people that died. So Nynaeve has had a rough night. Villagers have died. Rand, we assume, didn't see these people, but villagers died. And Nynaeve, as the wisdom, had to deal with these. So when she goes and she tucks Tam Althor, when she tucks Tam Althor in, this isn't the first person that she's had to tuck in like that this evening or that morning, you know.
Yeah.
And she is facing it. Everyone in Emmonsfield is facing it. It's
grim.
And it's grim, but yet you see, that kind of Two Rivers character. It's really powerful. The things that Rand notices. Rand is not just noticing the bad, he's still noticing the good, even though his dad in peril.
Yeah, he sees the villagers all, soot-faced, digging through their piles, looking for cook pots. It's like, we got to cook a meal, and then we got to repair everything, They're moving on.
And then there's this one detail we hear when there's discussion about what did we think about the symbol, the dragon, the spot on the door, on the mayor's door.
Oh yeah, the dragon fang.
What do we think about that?
That is intriguing because they think that maybe the Coplans or Congers are up to that because they don't like the Sedai. They don't like the guests staying there. Maybe, and they're very suspicious about the mayor.
But then what did Bran say?
What did
in response, he goes, basically, he said, we wouldn't, we maybe basically, how would we be alive without them? How would we have gone through it without these people?
Right. He pretty much said they were all drunk and full of honey cake.
Oh, that's right.
Right. And so, but what's I kind of noticed about this chapter is they don't really tell us what they did. Like, we don't know the details of what happened. We just know that they kind of helped in a big way, I think, right?
Yeah, so Moiraine used some lightning bolt, which is so awesome. She summoned some lightning bolt from the sky that took out Trollocs.
Right, a ball lightning.
And then wait, what's his name? What's the warder? Lan? Yeah. He was like a master swordsman, twirling and in many places at once, apparently. People were blown away by that. So there's a lot of suspicion, I guess, still though, even though they helped the Two Rivers people.
Yeah.
And I guess the Dragon Fang, they just still want to talk and rouse up rumors and, be divisive. I don't know.
Yeah. I love how we hear about the action through a third party.
Yes.
I mean, how badly would you have loved to have seen that go down? But you hear from other people's perspective, which is so cool.
Very cool. Awesome imagery. I guess also we got to bring up the the mayor and then Tom Maryland is in the room with Rand.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mayor's like, oh man, so you already got Naive? And Tom's all pissed off at him. He's like, wait, you didn't tell me that you already went to Naive. She almost took off my head.
Right.
And then he comes back. And after the mayor hears that, he's like, oh, wow. Okay. So he gets that look that Naive had, I guess. And then Bran is devastated again with the hope that the mayor will help Tam.
Right. So
that's a heavy moment too.
So he pretty much ends the chapter by saying, come help my dad. I'll pay anything.
Wait, we first should mention though.
Oh,
that I think it's the mayor. Doesn't he suggest that he goes to the Sede?
Correct.
Or to Moraine? Mm-hmm. And then that's where Bran learns that Moraine is an Aes Sedai.
Correct.
Which is awesome. Like, so heavy. Like, and Rand's kind of blown away, I think, by that.
Right. He learns when he was saying, yeah, she was throwing lightning out of the sky, and she's Aes Sedai, and he's her warder. And so then it takes a couple minutes, and Bran Alvere's like, duh, you can sell your soul if you want, or whatever, who knows what they want, but
right.
So
then they go on to what you were just saying, I guess.
Correct. Yeah. So he does pretty much offer her pretty much any payment to see if she can help, and she says, yeah, let me see what I can do. I mean, so any thoughts about that interaction at all?
Well, real quick, actually, Dana Leo wants to clarify, why do you think Rand is shocked that Moraine is an Aes Sedai?
Because okay, this was really interesting. I picked up on this, and I was thinking about it. And he talks about how he thought Lady Moraine was like this graceful, like beautiful, like city woman, just kind of bourgeois, like some bougie woman from the city. Like, and he's like, how can she be a Aes Sedai? Because he's heard all the stories about the Aes Sedai and how they're you don't know their intentions. They're dangerous. They might have broken the world. So he has like a lot of ideas about Aes Sedais being bad, I guess. And he's like kind of taken aback. How can this nice lady, that's so well dressed and so like keeps herself up so beautifully, and how could she be an Aes Sedai? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Yeah. But let's keep in mind that the two men there, his dad's sitting there actively dying in the inn, and Bran Alvere and Tom Maryland are like, well, you don't want to get involved with them Aes Sedai. That, it's tricky stuff.
He's like, I didn't even want to bring it up.
Right. So they're both a little hesitant to say, like, but I mean, what do you got to lose? You want him to live, right? Go talk to her. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And offers up, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. Just come.
Right. So that's why I think he was taken aback.
Right. The last two people who talked to him were kind of like, ooh, well, if you really got it, she's over there burning Trollocs.
Right. With the Bellatine fire.
Right. So what a waste.
All right, we got some more questions from the chat.
All right.
Bring them.
MK Janest, she asks, Ryan, how long did it take you to grow that stash?
This morning. You shaved it this morning, right? It just always happens.
That's like his 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Well, the real question is, I don't know if anyone really notices, how long did it take me to grow my chest hair? Look at that. Look at that.
That's at least 2 days worth, I think.
Mm-hmm. Like, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. And in betweeners, please. Look at that. Gosh, I got to stop not moving my mouth when I talk. Okay, we have more.
You must move your mouth.
We have more questions in the chat. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I'm really going to read any question you ask. So
bring it on.
As long as it's a PG, I will read it. All right. So here's another question. This is a great question from Tree Hugger.
Hey.
Do you think Tom knew she was an Aes Sedai when he first saw her?
Yeah, there's a moment back in the Gleeman chapter where he was telling a story. He was spinning his tails and juggling his balls, and he was like feeling it. And then he sees her. I know.
Sorry. No. I'm 12. I'm a 12-year-old. I'm a 12-year-old. Go ahead. It's just giggle.
Yeah. So he's having his moment, and he's feeling it, and. I can't get away from the innuendo. I'm sorry. But,
all right.
Yeah, it was a moment. So he's having a moment with the song and dance, telling the tales, and he sees her. He sees Moraine, and kind of like just stops, and all of his whole like tone kind of stops. Mm-hmm. He's kind of like gazing at her, right? Like, oh, I know who you are. Like, so I think he does know. He knows exactly who she is.
It does seem in this chapter that he's kind of helping guide Rand towards like, whoa, why is that dragon thing on the door?
Right.
And then Bran's like, oh, right. I got these. Oh, I got an Aes Sedai in my house. Oh, they heal people. And Tom's like, you don't say. Well,
yeah.
Knuckling his eye mustaches.
Wiping the sweat from his eyelashes, yeah. His eyebrows.
So, yeah.
So I think he knows.
There's a lot of talk about Tom's balls. We really started something. I mean,
oh no.
Everyone should be ashamed of themselves. I'm looking at you right now.
All right. No, bring him. Keep bringing him.
I set that one up, so I walked right into that one.
I just want everyone to know when your high school principal goes home and takes that tie off, boom. when he's getting his shot of whiskey from being frustrated from you kids, boom. Look at that. That's what the tie does. It hides the bulge from the chest hair. You have to wear the tie to make sure that you're just not seeing this huge chest hair bulge.
There you go.
Theory.
There are some that, I think there's probably some that have a disgusting amount of chest hair that explode out as soon as they take off their tie. I've never experienced that myself. I don't know if I'm blessed or cursed. But good luck with your daily chest hair explosions. I'm picturing like when you spray like that foam cock into a windowsill, and you just spray it, and then it goes, and then suddenly just like foams out and it expands. That's how I picture Ryan's chest hair to be.
Here's a side view. Okay.
I'm gonna look at.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2.
No, this is all staying, buddy.
Golden.
All right. Okay.
Like my tie. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, Tom knows she's a Sedai. Oh, sorry.
No. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, go. Nan, go. What were you saying?
So yeah, Tom does know that she's an Aes Sedai.
I think he totally knows who she is, and I bet you they met before.
Okay.
They've been in I bet you they've been in battles and like.
Well, keep going with that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a hunch, I guess. Just the way, yeah, he was just when he was telling his stories to the kids and everybody, he just stopped and he was like,
something happened. Yeah.
Something happened.
Gravity there. There's definitely a gravity to that scene for sure.
There's a history.
You
a romantic interest, possibly.
You awesome reader, you.
Oh, so Todd just said that there might be a romantic interest between Tom and Moraine. Wow, that's right. Wait,
and the water.
Were you saying Tom and Lan or Tom and Moraine?
And Lan's kind of, what's Lan doing then?
He's the third wheel, man.
He's friend zoned. He's like just. I love her.
Maybe girls would notice me more if my cloak wouldn't hide me so well.
I don't know why they don't see it. Why women don't notice me.
We're just we're just digressing. We're devolving at this point.
No, this is great. This is what it's all about. This is just basically fodder for improv. I love it.
Yes.
All right. It's like Red, Plumber, and step cousin. Go.
My cousin is a red plumber.
Yes, and I am a blue plumber.
Oh. Well, let's turn this off. I don't deal with blue plumbers.
Oh my gosh! All right, so more questions.
Okay, let's get back together.
Great questions.
Red or blue, guys? Red or blue?
We're not picking sides.
All right. Sorry.
Okay, Dana Lee would like to know, why does Moraine ask Rand about his dreams?
That's a great question.
Ooh.
Super interesting.
Gosh, Dana, you're killing it. These questions are all awesome. All awesome. Thank you.
I mean, it's so awesome. Just the fact that I guess Aes Sedai can control your dreams or help you with them. I don't know, like a dream psychologist. It's awesome. I love it. I don't know. Yeah, I guess this is a thing she does. And she's alluding to how the Myrddraal, she probably knows or senses like Myrddraal's trying to get into his mind or the Dark One or something. I bet you.
Oh, okay. So you think that she has a kind of benevolent intent or malevolent intent?
That remains to be seen. That's what's so interesting. I don't know.
Prediction.
Well, from just the way, from what I've heard of Aes Sedai, they're very, you don't know their intentions, and people get their intentions all mixed up. Just like I think Brand or who said that? Oh no, Thom Maryland says this. Aes Sedai do what they do for reasons of their own, and they aren't always the reasons others think. Like,
yep.
He laid down some knowledge that their intentions aren't. They're just mysterious, and they're very self-serving, apparently. So I don't know if it's malevolent or good. I just don't know.
So what do you think of the fact that Moraine was calling down lightning? I mean, is that what is your gut reaction to the fact that this woman may have powers over the elements or whatever?
Just complete awesomeness. That's my reaction. Like,
nice.
She has these just cosmic powers. She could wield, lightning, and she could, help you with your dreams and maybe control your dreams, which is also a scary thought too. And
right. And that goes to Ryan's benevolent versus malevolent question.
Yes.
But But just to her powers themselves, what do you think her limit is as far as her powers?
Damn good question, man. I don't know what's the limit of her powers? I have no idea. I guess.
I mean, just a rough ceiling. I mean, do you think that she could?
I think it's finite. There's definitely a ceiling, I guess, that she.
So she's not a god.
She could just wield. I think I was looking back in the glossary about this.
You're allowed.
She's able to dang it, what is it? That she's able to just wield the powers of the one, apparently.
The one power, yeah.
Or somehow harness them. But the word harness, is like limited too. So yeah, she has limited powers.
What do you think?
Or limits to her powers. I'm sorry.
Nice. No, good answer. Very good answer.
Yeah, and it's this might be related. We don't know, but what do we think an angrial is?
That's the word I was looking for.
Okay, angrial.
Yes, I was going to look it up in the glossary. So that's like an ancient or something from the ancient world. It's like an artifact from the ancient world. That has like powers, apparently, that can channel the one, or I don't know.
God damn, you're so good, Todd. This is so fun. This is so fun.
I love this stuff, man. I'm eating it up, dude.
Oh man.
We got some good. This is a really great one. We were talking about land being the third wheel. We got land as the third wheel of time. That's a good one. Daniel wants to know if you have any predictions now that we know this much now. It seems like every chapter is just, again, exponential growth and potential and mystery. So go. Like, what predictions do you have now?
Well, now I'm hopeful for Tam Althor. I think she's going to help him. And that's awesome. If he comes back into the picture, and I can't. No, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't wait to see what happens.
And that's a very fair question. That's a very fair answer to say I don't know.
I think. I mean, Moiraine's the Sedai is going to definitely, I think, help him. And they're going to be on some adventure, I would say. They're going to be together doing something awesome. That's my prediction.
Right on.
Yeah.
I don't. Is it no? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, something.
No. There's plenty to talk about.
Something with.
We also Dana Liu also we have a standing request from Dana that we're gonna look into each chapter and find kind of your favorite moment and then a favorite quote.
Let's see. Definitely for this one, it has to be the moment where Rand goes to ask the Aes Sedai to help him. And he's like super nervous now. He's like, oh my gosh, Lady Moiraine's a Sedai and lands her border, and he sees these Trollocs burning, and then when he comes up to him, they don't know he's there. This is my favorite scene. And Lan and Moiraine are just talking, and I guess Lan finds a seventh band. It's a Cobalt. On the Trolloc.
Yep.
And they're like, Cobalt. Great, this is the seventh band. Oh man, we haven't seen this since the Trolloc Wars. Or this many bands of Trollocs together, I guess. That was so awesome.
And that leads me to this question. Dana Liu asked, We have 7 bands of Trollocs, literally. Why do we have this coming to a defenseless village along with the Murdral? Why do we think this is happening?
Because there's something there that they want. Yeah, they know, like, you know, one of these Two River folks is powerful, and the Dark One, I guess, apparently is he knows it, and he's afraid, and he wants to like wipe him out. I guess, I don't know. That's my just off the top of my head. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So in your opinion, the Trollocs are not there at all for Tam Althor's limited reserve apple brandy?
Possibly.
Okay.
Maybe that's what the Dark Ones are, or the Mydral. Yeah.
It was literally
it's just known.
The minute that honey cakes come out of the oven.
Tam Althor. Tam Althor's, yeah.
Tam Althor. That's
Tam
what. Tam Althor. I think that's so funny. Every time I say his name, it like every time I read his name now, I think Tam Althor.
Tam Althor, great guy.
It's great.
Awesome dude.
Yeah. All right. What else, Ryan? Any other questions that we can address?
I think we've exhausted them.
Okay. I think I am done as well. Although the Lan is a pretty nihilistic dude here.
Oh my goodness. We get a good Lannerism.
Death comes sooner or later to everyone.
No, speaking of third wheel, I think I like to imagine Tam walking into a bar, and that's kind of like he saddles up and no one can see him because of his cloak, and he's like, "Oh man!" And then land, and he goes up and he gets to the lady, and he's like, "Death is lighter than a feather. Responsibility is harder than a stone."
Like it finds you. Death.
No, Ryan. Realistically, he's like, he goes in. Maureen's like, "Can you go get us 2 drinks?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just waited at the bar for like 15 minutes, and they didn't even acknowledge me." And she's like, "You got the cloak on, dummy." And he's like, "Oh Jesus, they didn't even see me." And he takes off the cloak, and they're like, "Oh, hey, sir, can I help you?"
Totally. Tall, dark, and handsome man.
Yeah.
Lan seems like a handsome fellow, right?
Lan?
The way he's described, right? He's like a tall dude.
Oh man, I imagine we had him as Mel Gibson, but we had him as a less racist Mel Gibson.
Oh, that's Tam Althor.
That was Tam. Shoot, no, Tam was the less racist. I'm not saying the non-racist. I'm just saying less racist.
No, I would say that Lan is kind of like a more...
he's like a Mad Max Mel Gibson, right?
Like, yeah, or like a little older Jason Momoa type. Like, just has like The Rock with hair, though. With, that sort of thing. Like, huge.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with him. And he's walking around with his hand on his sword like all the time.
All the time.
That's just his thing.
Love
Does
it.
he sleep like that, you think?
Totally.
Oh, actually, before we leave, Todd, I want you to tell us what song we are listening to. And as we are outroing, I want you to ask us the question you had us on text about what they're doing with the Trolloc bodies.
All right. So, the song playing now is Patterns in the Sun by the band that I'm in. It Looks Like a Black Hole.
Awesome.
And
are you sure this isn't the Beatles? Because this is so catchy. All right, go on. I'm sorry.
And the text. Oh yeah. It's like, dude, Two River folks burn Trollocs in the Beltane fire?
Yep.
Yes, they do.
And then what? And then what is it? What do you call that? Then it can't really be a Beltane fire when you're doing the Trollocs.
Beltane crematorium.
Yep.
I mean, how many?
Beltane barbecue.
So they said that there was.
Time, dude.
Oh yeah. Trolloc barbecue.
So they say that there's 7 bands. They say that there was probably 100 Trollocs in the district. I'm not exactly sure what that means. It probably includes like Tam Thor's, his farm out there. But I don't know if that means like the whole 2 rivers per se. But so there was 100 Trollocs. There was how many are they burning? Are they burning 100, or did some run away? And I'm sure some ran away, but yeah. I mean, how many corpses do you think we have here?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I mean, how many Trollocs? I mean, how many humans do we know? We know of what, 3? Or I mean, Naive said something about losing 3. Or am I remembering that correctly?
I think the mayor or Tom Maryland said the couple died, but not a lot less than should have.
Which is crazy, right?
So crazy.
What do you? Yeah. Okay. Well, I have some theories about that, but that's all spoiler stuff, so we won't get into it.
No spoilers for you, man. No spoilers for you.
All right. Well, we're gonna have a great time.
I'm a babe in the woods.
This is so much fun. We're going to keep doing this as a live stream format. It's not going to necessarily be on this day. When we find out the perfect day that fits for everyone's schedule, we'll announce it. We'll try and keep it a regular thing. I hope everyone had a great
Todd.
time.
Gosh darn it, Todd, you're awesome. And thank you, everyone who was watching us and
my pleasure.
Participating. These questions were fantastic, and I think this is fun interaction. And I'm a puppet. I don't get to go outside.
Wait,
you're
a puppet?